Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plami, and in this episode of Rate the K, I'm gonna be reacting to three very different songs, those being Dessert by Hyo featuring Loopy and Soyeon from G-Idol, Somi's new comeback, What You Waiting For, and Stray Kids' Easy, which was another track that they promoted on music shows. And I wonder if this was the song that they originally planned to use as a title track, because I've heard that at first they didn't think of having God's Menu as a title track, which would have been definitely a huge mistake in my opinion, because God's Menu is... it's so good. It's one of my favorite songs this year. So yeah, I'm interested to hear how that song is gonna sound. And if you're wondering when I'm gonna be reacting to their album, it's gonna happen eventually. I'm just way too far behind in terms of albums, and I want to check out all the albums that I have reacted to the title tracks of. So yeah, it's gonna be a little while, but I'm gonna get to it eventually. I feel like by the time I get to that album, they're gonna have another comeback, because I'm like 2 months behind, I feel like, in terms of comebacks. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the first one, that being Dessert by Hyo featuring Loopy and Soyeon. And I really hope that I'm gonna like this song, because it's obviously featuring Soyeon, who is like one of the best idols from the 4th generation. But yeah, let's get into it and see how it's gonna sound like in 3, 2, 1. Wait, that's Soyeon? I actually couldn't recognize her with that hair. Is this woman part of Girls' Generation? I'm really liking the outfits. Okay, this guy's rapping is a little bit too monotone for my taste. But we'll see, maybe by the second listen I'm gonna love it more. Honestly, this song, I should really be in love with it, considering that it has a really experimental sounding instrumental that I love hearing from SM artists. But I'm not exactly sold on it on first listen. I definitely kind of like it, but I think I'm gonna be saying whether I like it, love it or not after the second listen. Because right now I like it, but it's not as catchy or satisfying as I would like it to be. Man, Soyeon looks so pretty in this music video. I love her. And I love her hair. I definitely like the instrumental. I may have some complaints about the rapping by that guy. It may be the fact that most of the song is not necessarily catchy, but the instrumental is top notch, that's for sure. Okay, let's get into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. I know this might piss some people off, but I just really would have enjoyed the song more, most likely, if it was Soyeon solo, because she's definitely the best part of the song for me, at least. Oh, that choreo hits hard. I love it. I feel like my only complaint for like the vocals of Hyo, which I think her full name is Hyoin. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But the only complaint I have about her is that compared to Soyeon, her voice is just not a standout. So she kind of gets a little bit overshadowed by Soyeon, and it feels more like this is Soyeon's song, not her song. And yeah, this guy's rapping overall is fine. Actually, it's pretty enjoyable. But it is a little bit monotone. Also, she looks a little bit like Neon from Twice. Okay, the chorus is good. The chorus is good. Soyeon is really wrecking me right now. My bias in G-Idol is Yuki, but Soyeon is definitely a very close second. And honestly, sometimes they even switch. I don't know who I like more at this point. You know, I really wonder if people would say that Soyeon is overshadowing the other two in this song. Because to me at least, that's kind of how it feels. Whenever she sings or raps or dances, she just overshadows everybody else. And to me, as I said, I enjoy the song the most whenever she's the one in the spotlight. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like I don't mean to shit on Hyo or Loopy, but Soyeon is just that good and I just like her so much. But yeah, overall, I enjoy this song. I think I'm most likely gonna listen to it even on my own, but if I do, it's mainly because it's gonna be because of Soyeon, as I said. And especially I'm gonna be listening to mostly only to the chorus, because that is by far the best part. And again, I don't mean to shit on Hyo or anything like that, but she's just not as interesting to me as Soyeon. I feel like maybe if Soyeon wasn't in the music video, I would have enjoyed her parts more, but as it stands, she just wasn't bad, but she just didn't stand out as much compared to Soyeon. Or even Loopy, because Loopy at least stands out with his kind of monotone voice. So yeah, it's a cool collaboration, don't get me wrong, and I enjoy the song, but I feel like too many talented people just clashed in a bad way in this one. So yeah, Personally, I think I'm gonna give this one a 9.4 out of 10, because at the end of the day, it's still a really enjoyable song. It's just not perfect. Well, objectively, I'm going to give it a little bit higher at a 9.5 out of 10, because I feel like most people are not gonna care about small details like me. Like they're not gonna care that Hyo's rapping and singing is not as catchy as Soyeon, but I feel like maybe some people are even gonna enjoy it more than Soyeon, especially Soyeon haters who hate her because she's so talented. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have to say about this one. So now let's move on to the next one of this video, that being Somi's What You Waiting For. And I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about this, because I've heard some people say that Birthday was more interesting or better. And considering that people criticized Blackpink's recent comeback, which I actually ended up liking more than the average person, and even I would say maybe even more than the average Blink, because there were a lot of Blinks on Reddit complaining about the song sounding like Do 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 Part 3 or whatever. And yeah, it did sound like that, but to me it had enough different things about it that I ended up enjoying it. So I wonder how whether that's gonna be the case for this one too. So without further ado, let's just jump into it in 3, 2, 1. Man, Somi is so pretty. But I'm not sure how well this kind of blondish hair works for her, or light brown should I say, because it's kind of making her forehead look a little bit weird. Okay, I can definitely already tell that I do not like it as much as Birthday. Oh my god, that was dizzy. I love that outfit. That blue dress looks gorgeous. At least the music video is a little bit more interesting. I'll say for sure after the second listen. But one thing is for sure, this song is different from Birthday, which is unheard of for YG artists, which she is. If Somi can have different sounding comeback, then why can't Blackpink? You know, this song is actually growing on me a little bit. Like, Birthday was the more party kind of song, happy, energetic party kind of song. I feel like this one has much more sad vibes to it. And considering that I enjoy sad things quite a lot, more than happy songs actually, this song is kind of charming me because of that. But yeah, we'll see after the second listen. Okay, so this song didn't exactly end up being like what I expected, but looking back at the comments that I read about it, they definitely explained it really well. It's a different kind of song from Birthday, Birthday was a more happier, energetic kind of song, while this one has some sad undertones and it feels a little bit more melancholic. And that's okay, honestly. They're two very different songs, and honestly, I kind of like them being different and like them for the differences that they have. And in a certain way, I would say that maybe I like this one more because of the sad vibe that it has. Because personally, I really enjoy being sad about things. Like, I enjoy watching sad moments in TV shows, movies, and yada yada yada. And I enjoy sad songs too, although I would say in K-pop I'm definitely more into the happier, energetic kind of thing. The sadder songs, which really hit close and still manage to be entertaining to listen to, really end up being much closer to my heart than any hard-hitting and energetic K-pop song. So in a certain way, I feel like this song would be more memorable to me. And even though I most likely won't end up listening to this one as much as I did to Birthday, this one is going to end up on my top 20 K-pop songs of 2020 list because it just feels more iconic. It has this iconic feel to it. But before I say my final thoughts about the song, let's listen to it one more time and see how I'm gonna feel about it afterwards. In 3, 2, 1. This kind of opening reminds me a little bit of ITZY's Wannabe. And I feel like the situation with this song is gonna end up how it ended up with Wannabe, where when I listened to it, I didn't really appreciate it as much, but nowadays when I listen to it again, I actually love that song. I think it's their best title track. Also, this song feels weirdly American. Like, especially this chorus feels very American. I love this shot, but it makes me a little bit dizzy every time I see it. And Somi is one of the prettiest K-pop idols I've ever seen. And I gotta say, this shot on the boat is so refreshing to see. Because it's an outside shot and not a shot on a studio or anything like that. It's so refreshing to see for her, because even her last music video was on a set, and for YG idols in general. Yeah, this song is actually low-key catchy. Yeah, this song definitely has American influences. I can literally, I'm literally reminded of some American songs that I listened to in 2015 to 2017. I'll definitely give it a few more listens on my own, because there's definitely something into it that definitely interests me and is something that I like that melancholic vibe that it has. I like that, and because I like it so much, I'll definitely try it again, but I can't say for sure whether I'm satisfied with it with this being her first comeback. I guess at the very least it's different, which is unusual for, especially since Blackpink, like with the situation with Blackpink, it's a little bit unusual to see a female idol from YG to have a different music. If she can have different music each comeback, why can't Blackpink? At this point, YG has no excuse. And honestly, at this point, Blink shouldn't put up with it. I think people have allowed YG to get away with way too much. So yeah, I think personally I'm gonna give this song an 8.6 out of 10. While objectively, I think I'm gonna give it a 9.4 out of 10. Although, actually, when you consider some of the opinions about people have about this song that I've seen, that it's not as good or it's not as entertaining as the first one, maybe 9.4 could be a high score. You know what, I'm gonna give it an 8.8 out of 10. That's a little bit a more manageable score, because I feel like overall most people are gonna enjoy this. I'm not gonna be complaining that it's different from the from her debut song. So yeah, but those two songs are just two very different ones. The first one was a braggy, cocky, energetic party song, while this one has much more emotion to it, which is perfectly okay. But it might not be everybody's taste. So yeah. Let's move on to the final song of this video, that being Stray Kids' Easy, in 3, 2, 1. The fuck? Are those wolves? Okay, now I definitely want to know whether this was going to be originally going to be the title track. Because honestly, now that I'm listening to it, I wouldn't have minded it. Holy shit, this is so good. Hell yeah, Minko. Is his name Minko? I think it is. Get that screen time. Honestly, whether they chose God's Menu or this one for the title track, if this was going to be the title track, both are such different songs for them. Man, now I cannot wait to check out the whole album. I might speed up the process for that one. Oh my god. I'm definitely speeding up the process on that one. Okay. Well, this was much better than I expected it to be, if I gotta be honest. I mean, I didn't expect it to be bad or anything, but since I haven't really listened to many of their B-sides, I've listened to some of their B-sides, and those B-sides didn't really have the level of quality that their title tracks have had. I haven't listened to most of their B-sides because of that. And because of that, I expected that this one was probably not gonna be that good. Maybe it was going to be moderately interesting, like maybe Ya Ya Ya, or what was the song? Booster, was it? I think it is. And this song surprised me. And if you saw my reaction to God's Menu, you might be confused about why I actually ended up enjoying this one more on the first listen than I did for God's Menu. And to be honest, I don't know why. Like, when I listened to God's Menu for the first time, I loved the melodic parts of it, but the rap parts hadn't won me over on the first listen, which makes sense with the kinds of songs that Stray Kids does. Those kinds of hard-hitting songs with tons of rapping are not always at their best on the first listen. It usually takes like 2 or 3 maybe to get to the best it could be. But this one doesn't really have that, and I feel like that's why I ended up enjoying it on the first listen much more. And the main thing that I noticed about this song is the instrumental being kind of simplistic. Like, there's an unusually low amount of sound in instrumental, which is not something you see in most Stray Kids songs. So that was interesting. And yeah, I've officially decided for the next video I'm gonna be reacting to the Stray Kids album, because I cannot wait 3 or 4 weeks to get to it. I'm reacting to it next for the next video. But yeah, for now, let's get into this one more time in 3, 2, 1. Get that screen time! Oh my god, this hits so hard, I love it! Okay, I'm gonna fucking put the volume up. Well, I think one fault of this song might be because it's catchy much faster. Like, I'm in love with it much faster. It's probably gonna get old much faster too. Because right now I've listened to God's Menu probably hundreds of times at this point, and it's still not getting old. But who knows? It might not be, because I've also listened to District 9, My Pace, IMU so many times, and I still love them. Okay, we actually might go for a third listen on this one, what the hell. I feel like this might be their most hip-hop like concept so far. And this one is so catchy, I love it. Man, I love Stray Kids. That's why they're my favorite fucking K-pop group. Because they do so different songs, yet it's still Stray Kids and it's still so good. God damn it. I can't believe how different this sounds from what they've done so far. It sounds so different from God's Menu even. Damn. If genuinely, if this was the title track they were going for at first, I don't think it would have. I would have minded that, honestly. I feel like God's Menu is definitely more explosive and it goes harder than this one, but this one is also so much catchier. Like at least on first and second listen, I'm so already on board with this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna give it personally and objectively a 10 out of 10. I did not expect it to be this good. I thought it was gonna be probably the usual B-side level of quality, but it's so good. I think another song that I could compare it to is Boxer. Because Boxer was just as good as Miro, which I think they were in the same mini-album, if I'm not wrong. So this one is kind of like that, a B-side that is so good. I love that. And yeah, as I said, I'm gonna be reacting to the whole album for the next video, so if you're interested, please do subscribe. Okay, so let's go for it for a third and final time, and this time I'm gonna talk a little bit about the music video and maybe the song. In 3, 2, 1. I'm doing a third time because I didn't really talk about it during the second listen either. I like that Minho has a lot of screen time in this one. I also like that Han is using his lower voice for the rapping this time, because most of the time he does rap in a higher voice. Like this. Damn, there's so much swag in this song. Man, I really wonder what Form of Therapy's opinion on this song is, because I fucking love it. And the chorus is also so much fun. Man, I love how Hyunjin is not falling behind Jisung and Changbin in terms of rapping. Like, he's just as good as them. Oh my god, I love it so much! And the vocals are not far behind. I'm finding the structure of the songs kind of similar to God's Menu, where it's rapping, vocal part, rapping, vocal part. Like similar to God's Menu, they use the vocal parts to connect the rap verses. So this is where Minho's screen time went. I love that he didn't have that much screen time or lines in God's Menu, but in this one he's all over the music video. And the song. Man, Hyunjin is such a good dancer. Okay, this music video is... everybody's fucking bias ranking me, what the hell? I'm knowing everybody in this music video. You know, I just decided on a very interesting thing. I don't know if you watched my last year's video on my favorite top 15 favorite K-pop songs of 2019, but I've decided that I'm gonna be doing that this year as well, but this time I'm gonna be doing 20 songs instead of 15 because it's 2020. And I was planning on putting God's Menu on that list, probably not in the top 10 because it didn't necessarily feel as iconic as Mirror did, although it was still pretty iconic. But now I've actually decided to not use God's Menu, but use this one, because I feel like this one is more different than God's Menu compared to their older music, because this one doesn't really have as much EDM in the instrumental. I feel like it's much more simplistic, like it's more regular K-pop, not K-pop, hip-hop like instrumental, and I like that. I really like that. It still has the Stray Cat sound and obviously has some EDM elements, but it's just much more simplistic instrumental, and I feel like that makes it stand out so much more and feel more iconic. So I think, at least for now, it's a solid contender for my top 20 songs of 2020. That is, maybe if after listening to it like 10-20 times it gets old faster than God's Menu, which I think is likely to happen. In that case, God's Menu is gonna go into the list. But yeah, we'll see. And who knows, maybe there's gonna be a really amazing song in the B-sides in the rest of the album, which we will find out in the next video. So I mean, I think I already said how I'm gonna rate this song. I want to give it a 10 out of 10, and I don't remember what I gave to God's Menu, but I think I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I could honestly give it as high as a 9.9 out of 10, it just doesn't feel like a 10 out of 10. I feel like it just needs a little bit of an oomph, because it doesn't necessarily feel like a title track, which is what 10 out of 10 should feel like. So it's not gonna be a 10 out of 10, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with personal score of 9.5 out of 10, while objectively I am going to give it a 9.9 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And additionally, I also have decided to restart my blog again, because I just cannot do so many videos on my channel, and I just constantly want to do more K-pop videos, more cartoon reactions, and more gaming videos. So I've decided to do my TV show reviews, movie reviews, anime reviews, and everything like that on my blog, and that includes my top list. So most likely the top list is going to be posted on the blog, but I might also make a video about it. We'll see how it's going to turn out. So yeah, if you end up enjoying my blog, my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can also head over to Patreon or Subscribestar, where you can pledge support and help keep the channel going. It helps support me so I can keep doing the things you enjoy. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money you decide to support me with are going to go towards my transition fund, because if you're new to the channel or you just haven't noticed at this point, I'm actually transgender, but I am yet to transition, which hopefully is going to start happening in a few months once I move out. So if you could help me out monetarily with the transition, that would be greatly appreciated. But I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out, so if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out by liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!